Hey y'all, it's Vito with Community Lending here. Just wanted to spend a few minutes to help explain what you're hearing in the news. I've gotten probably 100 phone calls, and a lot of them are like, "Oh, hey Vito, so what you want me to do is start paying my credit cards late, so that my credit scores will fall before I get a mortgage so that I could get a better interest rate," right? Because that's what you're hearing in the news. The lower credit scores are going to be getting better interest rates than the higher credit scores. And this is kind of the grid that's circling the internet right now, right? And it makes it seem like, a credit score of less than 640, is getting better by 1.75. And, let's say a 740 credit score is paying more, which is not really true. They made adjustments to the loan level price adjustments. So what are loan level price adjustments? It's basically risk, you guys, right? So let's pretend you're lending your own money. If you're lending it to a guy with an 800 credit score and a guy who's putting 40% down, your risk is far less than lending that same dollar to a guy with a 620 credit score. Guy, girl, him, her, I don't care who it is. The lower credit score guy, girl, has a better chance of defaulting. That's the facts. Lower down payment, lower credit score, you have a better chance of defaulting. Okay, set that aside. Here's the smoke and mirrors chart that's all over the internet. In reality, what I really want you to look at is these two charts, because this is before and after, now and what was, right? And this is what's now. There's other adjustments if you buy a condo, if you buy a second home, if you buy an investment property, if you buy a manufactured home located in a commune or whatever they're called. Anyway, all right. So if you look at the chart, in reality, the higher the credit score, it's still better the deal. So what does 0.375 mean? It's not to the rate, it's to the fee. So if you took a $100,000 loan and your only adjustment is 0.375, essentially it's $375, right? So this guy with a 780 credit score has a 0.375 adjustment, where the guy with a 639 or lower credit score has a 2.75% adjustment, not to rate, to fee. So the difference between those two loans is 2.375% of the loan amount. So on a $100,000 loan, the guy with the lower credit score is still going to pay $2,375 more. Does that make sense? Right? And how did that change from before? Well, this lower credit score guy was paying 3.25 points before. It essentially got better for him. The tax on the person with a low credit score was not as great. All right. All the way down to, let's say, the loan that doesn't happen, by the way. I've been in the mortgage business 22 years. Do you know how many less than 620 credit scores with 5% down I've seen funded? One, the mortgage insurance is so insane, you're not going to take it. Two, compliant. It's just not compliant. The fees are too high and it's not compliant, right? 620 credit scores typically end up with an FHA loan, primary residence, right? The fact is the rate's lower, the mortgage insurance is lower, and it's approvable, right? So they're making loans more affordable conventionally for the lower credit score, of which the fund rate is not great. Like, why not go FHA and take a lower rate and lower fees and lower mortgage insurance, right? It just makes sense. If you have a good mortgage advisor, this is something they're going to explain to you. Okay, so in the past, if you had a lower than 620 credit score and you were putting 4.99 to 3% down, you would have a 3.75 adjustment to fee, right? That's a lot. That's 3.75% of the loan amount. That's $3,700 per $100,000. That's a boatload per $200,000 and even more per $300,000, right? But now, because they've tried to level the playing field a little bit, now they're only charging 2.25. So it's getting easier for people with not so great credit to take these loans, right? And yeah, okay, so but they're taxing the people with the great credit scores. Really? Okay, So let's take a 760 with 80% down. They're paying 0.625, 760 with 80%. It's like the difference is it's tiny. Okay, it's fake news, guys. You're watching CNN or Fox, just depending. I'm not really on either side. I'm Canadian, by the way. All right, love y'all. Talk to you soon.